And we enter back into Owl's Head, and let's see if we actually see people. It hadn't dawned on me that the instancing might be the problem. Since I do sit... look at that, Onyx is sitting right there. And that was probably why I didn't see Jack the Lamplighter anywhere. Sometimes it's awful fun just to watch Jack the Lamplighter run around and turn on all those lamps. He's always in a rush, Jack the Lamplighter.
Yes, he is. Not very fun to talk to either.
Yeah, he's pretty, oh, look at that. Beach pit. And of course, that's going to re-instance me again. Almost always happens. And of course, that's exactly what happens. Which is something else I think we need to really get fixed. And I find it interesting that no Jack the Lamplighter in the instance. You were saying?
That definitely going to be frustrating, especially for some of the major events that we throw.
Oh, I've had it happen, on, the welcome quest. Every time I run into a very heavily itemed area. And again, I don't know what it is, whether it's time or day. I mean, literally, I get like 4, 5, 6 frames per second here in Owl's Head. Even doing nothing. And it's like, it's not like I've got a cheap machine here.
Right.
And of course, I can't zone because I'm busy in my own instance. It just makes absolutely no sense.
Guess you could try just leaving and then coming back, like leaving the town.
Yeah, just as easy to relog. Probably quicker to relog.
Yeah.
What I just did find out is the Bane logo is nice to put up over my password. I don't have to turn that off every time. And if all goes right, I'll be back here where Onyx is sitting. And I am. Anyway, what other topics can we talk about here? We know we've already been onto the deck system, and that's what it is.
Well, there's the whole PvP thing that's been coming up with Violation's new place.
Yeah, that was a topic that Cynicist and some people were talking on in the other channel. PvP isn't very rewarding for what it is right now. And consensual fighting amongst players is pretty much what PvP is. That just means you're willing to fight anywhere, but there's no consequences, there's no rewards for whoever wins a PvP fight, except for maybe bragging rights or... Yeah, and there we go again. Doesn't look like we're going to get any cooperation here in Owl's Head this afternoon.
I like the idea, though. If you lose a PvP fight, you can lose experience points or levels.
Yeah, I mean, some kind of consequence. I mean, even some kind of looting.
Yeah, and I've heard that it's like you might get a loot a certain part of their bag or whatever, and that's always like problematic because how do you create an algorithm to decide that?
Well, I think the basic concept, what it was, you would get to choose an item or two. So that would allow you to, at least I think I saw something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah, that you wouldn't be able to loot everything, but you would have a choice to pick out of. But of course, that goes back to, okay, people are just going to start wearing crappy armor out, and so they don't lose their Uber, this, that, the other thing.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, I don't know if it would have to be somewhat automatic, because if you're in a PvP fight, all you have to do is wait till the one guy kills the other guy. He's damaged enough, then you go in and attack him, and then you steal both of their stuff, or whatever. However that works. Or you have to watch yourself as you're looting the body, because you won't get anything for it. So, I don't know.
Now, of course, there have been calls for a bounty board and a bounty system, but we all remember the chaos that ensued and when they had that in UO.
I actually never got a chance to see that part. What was the issues with the bounty system?
Well, say you put a bounty on me, and you put 100k gold on me. Well, if I had an alt or I had a buddy, I'd tell my buddy to come kill me, take my head, collect the bounty, and we'd split the loot. Or if
Nice.
or if I had an alt, I would go kill myself and keep all the loot to myself. Now, this would also work with the alts. The alt could go post the bounty and make for, quite a bit of loot.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're trying to avoid that. Of course. Alrighty, this is just not cooperating today. Not cooperating at all, which is very unusual.
I had an uncle that used to say, if you got a computer, you got a problem.
Yes.
I do have to say, I do like the meticulous collection added to the whole gathering system.
Yes and no. See, we like, well, there's some of us who liked it the way it used to be, where if you hit it and you gathered what you gathered, you had a chance to go back and mine it again for more and get more experience. The meticulous collection, while you do get more resources, takes away the gaining of extra experience by getting a second shot to mine again or harvest again.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we get all the little tidbits here in NBNN. And it looks like I'm in yet another instance. How many instances can I go through? Now, of course, another thing's about, and we talk about item count. Do all these skeletons on the floor count as items? And can they cause those problems? I mean, here right now, there's not quite as many as there usually are. But does that count? You know what? I know what it is, Jack. I know exactly what it is. Yesterday when we were looking at the planetary alignments, I put myself in fantastic mode. I bet you that's what it is. Yep, I'm sure that's what it is now. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. In the open world PvP, yeah, that should be one thing.
Actually, I was just thinking about all the skeletons on the ground. That that needs to be addressed, I think, because of the PvP towns, especially Violations Place. I mean, you're gonna have a city that's got a bunch of dead bodies in it, and you're gonna cause so much more lag than.
Well, the question is does it add to item count? I'm gonna guess that it does. And again, I have not been a fan of the skeletons there. I think they last way, way, way too long. And again, when you die, you don't just turn into a skeleton. It goes back to the cards. If I want to cast a spell, either I know the spell or I don't know the spell. I can cast it at will, and I have a fizzle chance. But not this random, well, I gotta wait for it to be dealt. Oh, but wait, I can deal it into slot number 1, but I still have to wait for it to be dealt. Yeah, I'm still not thrilled with it.
Yeah, having a just a corpse lying there might be okay, but then item count.
Yeah, well, again, we'll have to see as we go into development. Again, referencing UO, when you died, there was a corpse